Hello and welcome to today's training. Okay, creating viral videos using Talking Photos AI. Just want to make sure everything is up and running, and we have now started. Okay, so just give a few moments for those that might be attending late because I do believe there was an adjustment in the time. So depending where you're actually tuning in from, will present an issue for some, especially if you are not aware of the difference in the time. So I just want to make sure everybody is tuned in, whether you're watching from Facebook or YouTube. So if you're watching from YouTube, can you just do me a huge favor? As you know, a bit of housekeeping. If you could kindly let me know, am I coming across clear? Can you actually see me? Or any difficulty whatsoever in the audio? So you will have access to the chat box. And another key thing is if you are watching right now, just to make this very, very clear, I believe you have to be signed in order to leave comments. So perfect. Okay, fantastic. I can see comments coming in. I was a little bit worried there for a moment. So fantastic. Okay, so Chris is in the house. We've got the Opti blogger. So fantastic, fantastic. So whether you're watching this now or later, this will be recorded, so you'll have access to it. And thank you for joining in. Okay, so I'm just going to give you a couple of seconds more, and then we're going to jump straight into this. But today's topic, today's very important topic is some key things, or especially how to create a viral video using Talking Photos AI. So we're going to be the strategy behind this, especially when creating videos using the application Talking Photos AI. What's the best way of where you can create videos that will have that ability to actually hit traction online or social media and have that viral effect, for your video. So what does that actually mean? I mean, how would it make a difference for you essentially? Things like having huge amount of exposure, building up your channel, your audience, your brand, your exposure, and ultimately monetization when it comes to it, building your email list or collecting data. And essentially you can actually convert viewers into customers, buyers, clients, etc., etc. So there's a whole multitude of reasons you can use this. And you know what? Some of those things might not even apply to you. Okay, because I mentioned this last week. Maybe it's something you want to use just for a bit of fun, maybe for creating innocent memes and just for enjoyment as a hobby. So there's no real usage in terms of any huge benefit, but you want to enjoy it, and that's perfectly fine. Also, okay, so let me know, is everybody ready to go right now? Have you got a pen and paper ready? So I've got some really, well, hopefully we've got some really good juicy stuff to cover today. So in the chat box, those that are able to do so, please let me know. And then I will go, okay? As long as you're excited and you're ready, whether you're watching this on YouTube or even Facebook, the inner circle, let me know and we will go straight ahead. So give a few moments. I know. So I just want to make sure everything is working correctly because seems to be a little bit of a delay for some reason, but that's okay. That's okay. That's fine. This happens with technical stuff. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to jump straight into this, and I think first and foremost, I think we need to do a little bit of housekeeping. What do I mean by that? So I'm just going to double check. Okay, perfect. Okay, that's fine. So housekeeping, let's jump straight into that. So those that are familiar with the application, you'll see, look, I've just created something there. That's fine. I'm going to go straight to the home page. So the very first port of call is when you come into the platform, because this was a question maybe there was slight confusion. So I just want to make this very, very clear now. First and foremost, every time you are going to log in, okay, some of the key things I would 100% recommend is the inner circle, okay? That's part number one. If you haven't already, make sure you head over to that. You do have customer support, so any issues, you can jump straight to that via the link here. Okay, everything's clickable. And then you got this weekly training for Paul Bonner's Skype mentorship inner circle, and there's all these other beautiful products. Now, coming to an important part. So what was the main thing that I wanted to cover right now? So if you go right to the top, can you see where it has the little university hat? Okay, the tutorial section. Now, every time we have a call, like we've been doing for the last couple of weeks, if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, okay, you will see the previous masterclasses. You'll see, look, training masterclasses here. You've got number one, where we looked at talk, sing, and dance viral video strategies. And one thing I want to really draw your attention to, every time you come here, you'll see there's a resource link here, okay? Very, very important, because this will give you some timestamps and it'll give you relevant links, anything that was mentioned in the video, anything that was important in terms of downloadable resources, any kind of ebooks, or even links that are going to be important as part of that video. So the one thing that everybody was asking for from last week, which was a huge thing, if you come down to the very last one, you see resources. It was a very short guide on 99 different ways you can use the platform. Okay, so if you come to this right now, you scroll all the way down, you will see something called resources. Select resources, and there's essentially free gifts and resource and bonuses we put together for you. So done for you ads, etc., etc. So I'm not going to go through that too much, but the key thing here, why I want to open this up, was here is that document, 99 ways to use Talking Photos AI. Once you select it, you can see, if I just open that, just to kind of show you what it looks like, 99 ways to use Talking Photos. So this is really, it's a very good way of kind of opening up your mind and looking at different angles and aspects, how you could use this, whether it's for personal reasons, business reasons, seasonal reasons, maybe fun, hobbies, events, any kind of way, because it's 99 ways. So I'm going to leave that for you there. I just wanted to give you the steps, how you would access that, because I think everybody, there was some confusion on how you could get access to that. So, having said that, I think we've done a bit of housekeeping now. So, next step is, let's jump straight into the next phase. Okay, so let's go back to the homepage now. So now we've got that out of the way. A second part of housekeeping, for those that were asking, this was a very important part, is a roadmap. So there may be things that you may want. There may be things that you don't want. So let me just check. So I've got some. Janica said, is there anyone else having trouble connecting? It keeps saying something went wrong and try later. So, if you're having an issue, just refresh. But there are people on this call. I can see there are a number of views, so that's fine. So roadmap for Talking Photos AI. So we have this ready for you. It was a huge request for it. So things, when it comes to suggestions, things that you can actually vote for and see what you would like, etc., etc. Okay, so things like selecting select the head, eyes, and nose, and the mouth. Look to the left or to the right, cross eyes, talking, singing, animation, custom non-human characters like mascots. So I'm not going to go through all of this. However, that will be available for you. Okay, it's at roadmap.talkingphotos.ai. However, you're probably thinking, yeah, but would the link be anywhere that will be much more easier for you to access? Yes, it will be. So when you come to the homepage, it will be updated into this section where it says, here are some important links and available for you. Or additionally, that will be added into the inner circle as well at some point, so everyone has access to that. So those were two things I wanted to cover. Okay, there are other number of brand new features. Actually, I will probably cover it later on in the video, such as watermarks. Okay, watermarks has now been added. That was put in place. So welcome, Janica. I know you just joined in. Those that are just joining now, if you had any issues, then thank you for your patience in getting through. But just covering this, you haven't missed anything too that important. It's just the roadmap and a bit of housekeeping and looking at features we will look at later when it comes to adding the watermark. So today's session, it will be about creating viral videos using AI and looking at some of the structures in order to do so. So let me know if you're excited, and I'm going to jump straight into the content. Okay. Perfect. Okay. That's fine. So having said that, let's go straight into it. Now, I've put together a document. Hello, John. How are you? Okay. So I've put together a document which I thought would be very important, very relevant for today's session. And remember, at the end of the session and within literally 12 to 24 hours, Any resources, anything I mention on today's call will be made available to you. So never stress if I've said anything, or maybe I've shown you a document or resource and you're thinking, you know what, I would love to have a copy of that. That will be made available to you. Like I showed you, when you go to tutorials, just scroll down to the bottom of the last session and you'll see a link there for you. So you have everything at your disposal. You're scramming around and you're unable to focus because you're trying to make a note of the link. That will be made all available to you. So what I've gone ahead and done is, I think a really important part would be the characteristics of a viral video. And I have to, as I go through this, I have to give you some understanding about the thought process around it. Okay, the thought process around a viral video. Okay, so the theory, we have to address the theory. So I want you to understand the components of it, so that when you go to the practical side and when we go now and implement it shortly after I go through this, you have that understanding. Okay, that's the key thing, because it's like that. I don't want to get this wrong, but it's like that analogy. You could feed a fish to someone, or you could teach them to fish. So you could keep on doing it, you could keep modeling it, and you would have that understanding, that wisdom, where you could have that knowledge and you could implement it, or you could improve it and tweak it and make it even better, because you have that understanding. And I think a lot of people just kind of show you and they don't explain why, or the thought process of it, and it's just you're not really advancing or making it better. So anyway, before I carry on, so some of the characteristics, and I'm not going to go through all of them, but I want you to understand some of the key things, right, that you should be implemented. Things like, when we're creating a viral video, why this is so important, because we're trying to invoke an emotion in the viewer. So the end user that's watching this, we have to in some way, shape, or form, we're trying to impact them. Okay, emotionally, we're trying to invoke an emotion. We're trying to trigger their feeling, whatever it may be. It doesn't matter. Okay, but it's very, very important, because if you can get somebody in an emotional state, and it doesn't matter, it could make them really happy, it could make them very sad, it could make them angry, and all of these emotions. You've probably seen it before, where somebody has put up a video, maybe it's not to your liking, or maybe it's quite objectionable, or maybe it's kind of questionable, and you'll take a share link and you'll send it to someone, say, hey, what do you think of that? Isn't this really bad, or isn't this really good? So any kind of attention is good, is positive. As odd and bizarre as it may be, you don't need to always think, oh, you know what, I need to have this perfect. Okay, so it doesn't, sometimes, unfortunately, sometimes content can come across a bit negative, but it actually works very well for the algorithms, and it gets that viral element. So it's about your intention. So PA saying, where can I find the documents? Those will be in the tutorial section. I'll just recap that one more time, as some people have just joined in. So when you scroll all the way down to bottom, every time there is a session, you'll see resources. If you click it, there'll always be a link, and it'll give you a whole breakdown of all the resources made available. So hopefully that makes sense. Now, coming back to this important document. Okay, so there's things like the emotional impact, making it relatable. So sometimes it may be a case, and I'm telling you this. If I ask every single one of you, hey, look, maybe there's something you've gone through in your life that's really upset you, or maybe something really positive. But let's just say everybody at some point has probably been put through some kind of pain, or some difficulty, or some challenge that, even if I'm speaking about it now, it will make you, it will trigger you, possibly, about an emotional part in your life. Maybe you lost a loved one, maybe you had an effect in finances, maybe you had a birth of a child, maybe you had an amazing holiday, maybe you proposed to someone, whatever it may be. You can see that there's billions of people out there, and we're just talking about a snippet of those billions, but there will be people that will be able to relate. Okay, they will relate to your story. Okay, they'll be able to relate to you as a human being. And so each and every single point, I thought this was going to be very, very important, that there's not only an example, but there's a reasoning behind it, so you understand exactly why. Okay, so I'll give you just one example, and we'll kind of go through and start building something out. So look at an example, like you create a story where animated character experiences an exciting moment. So this could be like a dance move. So you can, with some of the ability as an individual, yes, you could dance, or you can have your animal character sing. Okay, they're not really going to dance, but they will sing. But we can tune it as we want. So the reason is it has to be emotional driven videos because they're more memorable and easier to relate to. Okay, so very, very important. And that audio, it emphasizes the feeling. So some of the components, yes, is about the visuals. It's going to be about the script that gets used, and also compounding it with the soundtrack can kind of rile up those emotions and bring it together. Now, just think, if you think about it really deeply, think about a time that you watched a video. It doesn't matter what video it is. It was some kind of video that had an emotional impact on you, that it provoked some kind of feeling in you. Maybe you were happy, you could relate to it. Maybe it made you angry. Maybe it made you sad. Maybe it related to you so much that it made you think back on a time that you went through something, right? That it was very relatable to you. Now, there's other things like story arc where you have, start, middle, and end. How the character evolves. You can have this with yourself using Talking Photos AI. You can create a character. They can start off happy. They can be sad and go through pain, and then you can build them up and make them into a hero. Or they could be a hero at the start, and they go through a transition of pain, and they become, the villain. So play around with it, change it, okay, make it something different. And with the AI, obviously we can change the background, we can have a different visual for the character we create, and we can actually do the face swap onto the character. And then ultimately, ideally, a majority of videos, if you're doing it for some kind of purpose or benefit, there should be a call to action. So these simple call to actions, if you're going to be creating these videos and placing them on social media, maybe they're going to a client, whoever it may be, a call to action is essentially, hey, like, at the end, if you've enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe. If you've enjoyed this video, hey, drop us a comment. Or if you've enjoyed this video, let us know what you thought about the story. If it's going to a customer or a client, hey, if you love this video, get in touch and we can create something for you. Hey, book an appointment now, or book let me send you the invoice across, or something like that. Okay, etc., etc. And then we go into the psychology of it, and then there's a quick start guide, and ultimately other things that I will look at today also with you is looking for trends for viral content. So there's this aspect, and you've probably heard this before. You don't need to reinvent the wheel, and what that basically means that we can find content out there, depending on what your niche is, whatever industry that you're in. We can create content based off of that, and we can model it. We don't need to copy, we can model. Okay. So yeah, I think there might have been time difference. Yes. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Okay. No worries. Okay, so though what I'll do now, because I think there was a confusion with the time, that's not a problem. So those that are here early, that's fine. And then I think in about half an hour, if you want to leave, but I'm going to go through content anyway, then you can do so. So again, it's all the time is in confusion. Okay, so thank you. Well, for those that joined early, fantastic. I guess you got the inside scoop, isn't it, straight away? And those that will be joining later will be thinking, didn't this start early? So, okay. So, coming back to this document, okay, as we go through the psychology, very, very important parts. And then we've got the quick start guide, and then how to find viral content creation using Talking Photos AI. Okay. So, we're going to look at identifying trends. So, this is going to be very, very important, because what many don't realize is that when there's something trending, you must take advantage and leverage it there and then. You don't wait for it. The reason why, if you take hold of it, you will ride, because that's like, for example, some people might get offended by what I'm about to say or might get upset, but let's just say Donald Trump just got elected. Now everybody was researching about Donald Trump, maybe his cabinet, who's in office, etc., etc. So because of that, you can create content based off of that. It could be positive or negative. You could actually create a news video. You could create some kind of narration around what's happened. Even around the election, you could do narrations, and you could do news broadcasts. You can do funny memes, videos, whatever it may be, addressing the story of how this happened. Okay, it's very emotional, very strong, and I'll show you how we can actually do that as well. So, step-by-step viral content creation, I'll go through that with you today, and then some of these key points here, these are checklists that I'm going to go through with you today. Okay, we're gonna run through these today, and these are going to be very important. I'm not gonna tell you why, but I'll go through them. So yep. Okay, so Okay, so yes, Janica said a bit of time early. Okay, unfortunately, it's happened now, so we will try to do the best that we can. So those that are going to watch the replay, I'll make up for it next time. Okay. Okay, so these, I'm not going to mention why I've got them there, but they're going to become very useful as we walk through this step. So what I want to do now, I want to show you something. So here's a script that was created. So let's just imagine, I want you to imagine we're creating a viral video for the first time. But before we get to the viral video, okay, this is a script of a viral video that essentially it number one, it's for 60 seconds. Okay, very short and very sweet. It's going to be featuring 3 animals. It's going to be fun, short, and a short adventure. Right, so it's more for the children's industry or niche, which I think is a huge industry that you could leverage. But in order to get to this step, what would be some of the ways you can do research in order to find out, hey, look, what kind of videos can I be creating? Okay. So what I'll do, let's just go grab some examples that have been created. No, we're not. Okay, let me explain. So not examples that I've created, but these are YouTube channels. So I want to run through some of these channels so you get an understanding. And these will be listed on the document that we made available to you. So, but I'll explain as well how you can do some of this research. Now, first of all, here we got, look, AI historical tale. So Talking Photos, if you think about it as well, it will give you the ability that you could make. Obviously, you're taking an image, and from that image, it will then translate or it will create an animated video. Okay, especially with a high level of lip sync and the ability of adding text to speech or recording using your own voice, we can create videos and narrate within those videos our own voice. Or if you're shy or you're not confident on using your own voice, you don't have to, because we have the ability with text to speech for it to create and narrate your own videos. Okay, so now what I've done, here's one link, okay, of a YouTube channel. This is one channel here, and some of the things I'll draw your attention to. This was created probably, what was it, 2023. So it's about a year old, probably a little bit more. Let's say 14 months old. You can see they've already hit 10,000 subscribers, and it originates from Italy. Okay, so this person is Italian, and you can see that. Okay, that's their channel. Fantastic. Okay, great. So 10,000 subscribers, and check this out. They are monetized. They're getting paid for these videos. Now, if I go to if I come to the shorts, okay, because it's more or less shorts, isn't it? They do have other, let's see, they have other types of videos, but I don't want to go to those other videos. I want to go to shorts. That's what I want to focus on right now. So can you see all of these videos here? Now, what I would suggest, and this is where we have to be a little bit more smart, is instead of me looking at the latest, I want to clarify the filter and I want to select popular. The moment I select popular, it will automatically readjust the videos and it'll show me which are the most high performing videos in terms of views. So which videos are getting the most views on this section of shorts. Okay, is everyone with me so far? And straight away, I've got one video here where it's, look, a father's last lesson, a tale of love and loss. And it's got a hashtag. Can you see that? It has a hashtag as well. Okay. Motivation. Now, if I select this, let's open this. I always say open up in a new tab, right click, open a new tab, because it won't redirect the same page as you're doing your research. Okay, keeps everything nice and clean and organized. So I'm going to put the volume down. Now, what this is essentially is some kind of app they've used, and they probably inserted a number of images, and all it is subtitles. Okay, you can see there's no lip sync. They're just static images, aren't they? That aren't really talking. Okay, yeah, you got a little bit of talking going on there, but very static, very straightforward and simple. Okay. Now, the reason I'm mentioning this to you is that this simple video, and look, check this out. Okay, it's a 1 minute video, about a 58-second video. Okay, this 58-second video, that's a story about a father's last lesson, a tale of love and loss, has amassed 440,000 views. And this was created in June 2024. Okay, this year. So what is it? Let's start from July, August, September, October, November. So within 5 months, within 5 months, it's amassed nearly close to 500,000 views. Okay, remember this channel is monetized from one video. Now that's just one video, and we can see there's other videos. You've got 85,000, 46,000, 31,000, and they're all the same. It's the same setup. So something like this, we can come and we can see what niche are we in, and we can then target search parameters, and we can find out exactly what do I want to be building, what is the niche that I'm in. But this is just an example of the possibilities, and especially, if you have, I would suggest you have the time, if this is within your scope of your niche, you would go through this and you would listen to the video and see what are the angles that, what is it they've done here. If I go to this video now, I've clicked it. Okay, what have they done with this video? Let's have a look. Okay, if I expand it, let's close that. It's gone too big. So in terms of this video, we know it's hit 440,000 views, and some of the key things to remember is the title. Okay, things like the title, and also if you see, look, the hashtag here. Okay, these little things, and I'm going to come back to that later on. Now let's look at another channel that's hit 12, just from 12 videos. It may be more, but they've hit millions of views. Okay, they've hit millions of views. Now check this out. Okay, so they got 32 videos now. Okay, I go popular. Maybe this is the wrong channel, but however, doesn't matter. Here we got another one, nearly 500,000 views there, and then 20,000. But can you see the style of videos? These are the same videos we can create. Animated 2D or 3D style videos, or human videos also can be sculpted in a lens of a cartoon like. Okay, very simple videos that you can create. And let's look for another channel. Let me show you another channel as well. Okay, so with this one, let's go to wisdom in stories. Okay, so this is a channel that really focuses on shorts and stories. So this is a really good one. So if you've ever, I want you to think, if you've ever gone on TikTok or even YouTube Shorts, have you ever come across these motivational shorts and these most motivational videos where a guy's speaking? You can tell it's text to speech and he's giving some kind of, little wisdom, maybe like a 10-20 second video. It's the same concept. You could do this for anything. I go back to popular and check this out, 2.3 million views. Okay. There's two of them here that have got millions of views on those two videos alone. And let's click one and let's have a look. Oops. Okay, let's go back. Can you see that, everyone? Just simple static images with some captions, subtitles. Okay. Now, Gillian, Mr. Well, hopefully, Gillian has made a very good point. Surprise what people watch. Now, just and I'm not saying this to Gillian, but because I would think the same thing. Just somebody else is watching it, and you may think, like, why would you watch that? There are millions, tens of millions of people, if not hundreds of millions of people. But in this case, we can see there's over 2 million people have watched this video. There are people out there that are consuming content that you would never consider. So never dismiss an idea or a niche or a style of video because you think you wouldn't do it. Never put yourself in a viewer's shoes. Go by the data, go by simple things like we're doing now when it comes to research. Okay, because sometimes, unfortunately, the world is not, it's not the way we see it. It's not in black and white. There's a spectrum of different colors, and everybody has their own color that they love. So never ever lock yourself and think, I want to do something that I would watch, because you may be missing out on a huge part of the pie. Okay, so it is very surprising, and I just always want you to remember, just don't ever overthink it. Okay, think like, there's so much more that is possible. And let's look at two more. So I've made a list anyway because I wanted to show you before we jump in, and I show you some of the examples I've created as well. And here's another one. This is a good one. Okay, so 1.8 million subscribers. Let's go to the popular shorts here. And remember, these are shorts. Yes, you can do proper videos like the normal 16:9. You can see very similar. But I want to show you both of them. So here, look, if I do popular, you got 600,000. The reason I was looking at shorts because these are These are really good because you can use them on TikTok as well, and you can amass even much more. So if I go to popular, check this out: 37 million views for this 9 by 16 video for mobile style video. Okay, that we can do in Talking Photos. So if I go create, I go to human video. Check this out: 9 by 16. We can create exactly the same style and aspect ratio of video. And this one is never leave your friends behind. And this is the key thing I want to show you, especially when it comes to creating viral videos. Can you see in the description? He's got hashtags: life lessons, motivation, motivational speech, mindset, and friendship. Okay, so these are the things that we can incorporate and we can add when we're building out our videos. Okay, is everyone with me so far? Because these will allow you to understand how they're able to amass that many views because they're tapping into these areas or these specific hashtags where there's an audience for it. Now, if I come back, let's have another look. We've got another one there. Let's have a check. Okay, look at, like, I mean, 37 million views here, 31 million views, 16 million views, 16, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 9, 9. I mean, look, all these shorts are amassing millions and millions of views. Okay. And there's a nice mixture of different characters. So this would be a brilliant place to come and do research and recreate something like this. Okay. And look, let me show you. Let's do a little bit of research. Okay. So just imagine if I was doing this and I come to this video. How long is this video? 59 seconds. Okay. 59 seconds. So never leave your best friends behind. I copy this and let's go to ChatGPT. Okay. Create a short 60-second script based off this. Right. I will be using Talking Photos AI to create a animated story using this. And if you remember the document that I created, if I go back to this document, let's have a look. Can you see all of these terms? Emotional impact, relatability, clear story arc, call to action, emotion driven content. Oh, there's twice. Okay, let's get rid of that. So all of these aspects. So what I could do, okay, let's take them. I take some of these, okay? Let's just pretend I've taken them. I come back here, try and include these, okay? I want to create a viral video, okay? I will be using script, okay? And that's it. So I'm trying to use AI to do the heavy lifting for me. So let's see, is it going to work? Let's have a look. Okay, why is it not? Okay, let's give it a few moments. Let's go back into it. So luckily, always make sure you post. Okay, now here we go. Just had to refresh it. So it's going to have a quick look. So create a short 60-second script and check this out. So we can either have loads of scenes or we can have a few scenes. But here, check this out. It's only got a few scenes. It's got 4 scenes. So now I can come here. Here's a script. I come back here. So it's incorporated for my story, all of these aspects. 3 cartoon animal friends, a rabbit, fox, and a squirrel, are trekking through a forest together. Now, I can actually specifically tell the AI here, ChatGPT, hey, I want it as a human, or maybe a 3D cartoon, or maybe an animal video. So these are the other things that you could tailor make. Now, for this example, we're using an animal, right? So we've got scene 1, visual, 3 cartoon friends, a rabbit, fox, and squirrel trekking through a forest together, laughing, enjoying the journey. Sometimes the path forward isn't easy, but it's better when we're not alone. So you can see it's already creating something that's around never leave your best friends behind. And if I jump all the way to the end, let's have a look. The rabbit, fox, they look at each other and they nod, head back to squirrel and extend their hand. So they're going back for their friend, isn't it? And then it goes to true friends don't leave each other in the dust. So you can see content like this would be very powerful, especially if you're going for the children's audience, but even adults would love a story like this, okay? Especially if there's animals involved. People like, who doesn't love animals? Now, once you get that content, you've got one video. Now you could say, make this into 5 continuing stories. Okay, so I want you to imagine this. You don't just need to do one story. You could make part 1, like series 1, part 1, part 2, part 3, like a continuation. Because that way, when you post that, it could be part 1. You have to watch for part 2. So that person's always coming back onto your channel. They're always going to be coming for the next video, and it leaves them on a cliffhanger, wanting more. Does that make sense, everybody? Okay, so you've got episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, episode 4, and I don't need to type it. It's creating me a whole series, so I can have a channel dedicated to a long, 1 month storyline going on. But it's how I craft it, and then I can go to TalkingPhotos AI and I can start building it. Okay, so now I take this and let's have a look. So this is a very good example. Okay, now if I find my document here, let's have a look. Okay, so here's the one I created earlier. It's a 60-second script featuring 3 animal characters on a fun short adventure. Okay, so Janico saying that's a very good idea, split up in sections. Now, the only reason I'm mentioning that is because you would have come across this. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. But what happens is that there will be even educational videos or some kind of hook where somebody's reading out a text message, something that's someone's getting emails from their bosses or someone's telling a story. And what happens is that somebody is geared up to listening that story. They're listening that story, and it's really getting interesting. And before you know it, the story ends. So what that person now has to do, the viewer has to now go to the person's channel, and they have to go back to watch part 2. Okay, because they're so gripped by the story, and they've invoked all those different elements. All these different elements like relatable. There's a story. It's got that it's driven content, emotional driven content. It's got that impact on them that they either come back to watch part 2. They have to scroll to watch part 2, or they are told by the person behind the account, i.e. you, to say, hey, tomorrow I'm going to be dropping the next installment of the story. So that brings them coming back. So those that are just joining now, yes, there's been obviously with the time issue. So there has been a bit of confusion with the time issues being in the UK and I think in the States. So thank you for your patience about that. So, but everything will be recorded for those that are just joining in now, and you can watch the replay as well. So as we go through. So coming back now to the story. So here's my snippet of a 60-second story. Okay. Now it's called The Big Idea. And it's essentially about 3 friends: Leo the lion, Ollie the owl, and Benny the bunny. Now, all of these characters, you could technically make them into their own characters and have their own story. Okay, all of them can have their own story. And in this case, they could be their own mascot or their own individual. Okay, just like, I don't know if anyone's seen, Marvel, the Avengers. Each character, before they got into the Avengers, like, Iron Man had his own story, his own movie. Then you got the Hulk, he had his own movie. Then you had Thor, he had his own movie, etc., etc. And then those characters came together. So you could create a series or a collection of stories around whatever niche. It could be training, chiropractor, doctor. It could be stories giving away information about knowledge, training, solutions to problems people are having, experiences. I mean, we've got children books here. Okay, children's stories, books, children's learning, children's education, children's, how to do X, Y, and Z. And the thing is, with children, you've got to remember, for people that are new to having kids, you got the woman that's pregnant. It could be educational, what to do as a woman during pregnancy, at the first trimester, the second or the third, etc., etc. Having your baby, how to prepare next when you've had the baby, what to be feeding them, all the how-to stuff, then when they're a toddler. And then the great thing about that is that person can stick with you as the baby grows. It's a very long-term investment or involvement with that individual. And that's why you'll see a lot of these products that are out there, especially when it comes to training and books. Okay, so here we got The Big Idea. We got Leo the lion, Ollie the owl, and Benny the bunny. And you got 4 scenes here, and you can see how each one has been created. So for each character here, we're going to create a separate video for each and every single one of them, and they all have their own script. Okay, so essentially for each scene, there's going to be 3 videos. So in total, 3, 6, 9, 12. So 12 videos in total we're going to create. And then what we're going to do, we're going to we're going to merge them all together to make one complete video, and it should equate to however much, 60 seconds. Let's just say 60 seconds, but let's go through it. Okay, so is everybody with me so far? Okay. Okay, so if I go now into my videos, let me show you how that would look like. And that's another thing as well. Dancing videos, we can change multiple different backgrounds, okay? As I'm on there. Okay, now here's where the story starts. Can everyone see this? Look, the big idea. And I want you to understand this. Everything that we're doing here, I would always suggest, just like I've done here, if you title everything, it's called the big idea. We've got Leo the Lion Part 1. Why have I done it like that? Now, I don't want to make it overcomplicated, but I'm trying to keep this as simple as possible, especially if you're creating a story or, different elements of your viral video. I mean, you could keep it simple, have one video. You don't have to do what I'm doing, but I'm just saying this is a multi-part video where I've got 3 characters part of the story for just 60 seconds. Once I have create all of them, I can come back here and you can see, look, Leo the Lion is part 1, isn't he? Okay, so Leo the Lion is part 1, and I can put Leo the Lion here part 1. And then obviously next is Benny and Ollie. That way I understand, or I know which order am I creating the videos, because I know the order of characters. Okay, that way I keep track, because when you're creating multiple videos, things get a little bit messy. Not messy, but they get confusing if you're not keeping it clear. So you can see so for each one, if I got Leo the Lion part 1, I come back here. Then I've got Benny the Bunny part 1. Okay, and then I got Ollie the Owl part 1, because they're all part of the first scene. Okay, so part 1 or scene 1 doesn't matter. But for this one, you can see I've got both of them. And then let's just say for the last one example, I've got Ollie the Owl. So I just want to show you the process if you were doing this by yourself. Here we go. And then I clear that. Let's just put that together. Okay. And let's put that at size 14 so they're all the same. Can you now see how they've all come together? Okay, this is what we would do in terms of housekeeping. Okay, so got Leo the Lion. He's got the first part because Leo is there. Then it's Benny. Then it's Ollie. Okay, and I structure that, and I can do that for every single one. And I know exactly, very clearly, what structure I need to be creating these videos. Now, if I come back, you can see I've created Leo's video here. So that's Leo's part 1. Okay, and then we've got the Benny the Bunny, and then I would repeat the same process for scene 2. Then the order is different. It's Benny, Leo, and Ollie, then scene 3, and then scene 4, and it's the end. Okay. Now, once I've done all of that, I've got multiple different components. Okay. And that's why, when you have everything listed like so, when you've got part one for all of them, it's nice and clean. When I come back to merge videos and I go to add video, check this out. Look how clean and tidy it is. It's so nice and organized. I'm not going to get confused. I know where every single thing is. Look, part 1. Part one. This is all part 1, scene 1, isn't it? So I add Leo, then I go and add Benny, and then it's Ollie. Okay. And I can just double check that. I've got Leo, Benny, and Ollie. I come back to my document as an example. I've got Leo, Benny, and Ollie. Okay. I've got my 3 characters in a very clear order. So I want you get, I look, if you're using obviously Talking Photos for the first time, look, have fun with it. You don't need to be organized. You don't need to do what I'm doing. Okay. But if you really want to, make this very efficient and find it much more easy and streamline the process, have things organized so you know exactly where everything is and the order, and really go advanced level of creating videos. This is exactly what you would do. Okay, because once you're prepared, it's much more easier to know exactly what steps you need to take, which order are the videos, and everything's clear. You won't be mixing up videos. You won't, be scrolling through and having to watch it, because I know everything is all organized. Now, when I go, that's the first part, I go to the next section and I look at part 2, and I know Benny and then Leo and Ollie. I go back to my document and then I look Benny, Leo, and Ollie. And you can see everything is in order. So I know exactly where every single part is and which order it is. And then once I go and I do that, okay, Ollie, can you see that how now we're building it out? Can everyone see that? How is this making sense? I just want to make sure this is making total sense. How we're going to keep everything clean, and I'm showing you like a production right now. Believe it or not, I've made all of these characters within Talking Photos AI very, very easily. I've kept all of it structured. I know exactly what the story is because I've titled everything, and everything is all organized. So those that are just joining in now, yes, unfortunately there was some confusion with the time. Thank you for joining. Don't worry, there is a replay. So from next week, we this issue won't happen again. So do apologize for any inconvenience. So I really do appreciate you if you're joining now. But there will be a recording, and you'll have access to this. So Janico saying, yeah, this makes perfect sense. It will keep us organized. So I just always want you to remember to be organized. But look, you don't need to make a full length trailer like this. You can make snippets itself, individual characters. That's fine. But I want you to get the most out of it and actually see how you can create a real dynamic multi-character story that is not just limited to one storyboard. Okay, I want you to think far out of the box and think you can do this with human characters. We can do this as a human character. You can have the aspect of a human character, then singing and then dancing. We can have a human character and then talking to his pet, and then the pet starts singing, and then you got the character starts dancing and singing. So we can blend all of this stuff. We can really mix and match everything to make an amazing thing. So Reed, uh thank you for joining. And they got Keith. So yeah, what about transitions between sections once you merge videos? Now the transitions, actually, let me show you what it looks like. Actually, okay, so this is all done. I've already created this video. Let me show you what it looks like. So let's have a look. So we've got final video, and check this out. Okay, and this will accumulate about 30 seconds, 60 seconds. Okay, so I know the audio might not come out, but I just want to show you the kind of transitions. You can see how very smooth, how very streamlined. There was no difficulty, there was no glitches, any blocks, or anything messy where you're like, okay, this looks like it's being slapped together. A very natural, gentle, soft transition to the next scene, uninterrupted, without any difficulty, with any difficulty where you're like, what's going on? Okay, so I know you can't hear, and unfortunately, let me see. Is there another way? Let's have a look. Let me see if I can do it another way. Okay, let me see one more time if I can do it another way. Okay. Let's see. So just stand by, and what I'll do, I'm gonna bring this up, and you tell me if you can hear. Okay. Okay, so let's bring this up now. Now tell me if you can hear this. Okay. Oh, another lazy day in the forest. What should we do, guys? I know. Let's make a viral video. We could be forest famous. Oh, intriguing. But what kind of video? I could do backflips. Everybody loves bunnies doing flips. I could roar really loud. That'll get attention, right? Fascinating ideas. But how about something we all do together? I think we're officially viral material. Excited. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see how many likes we get. We're gonna go viral. Make sure to comment and like this video. You have to make it go viral, otherwise I'm going to eat you. Okay. Okay. So I want to let you know that So let me. I'll just get the window open. Actually, let's get this up. Let's see. Okay, so uh, now what you saw there was a complete video, 60 seconds long, and that was recorded by yours truly. Okay, so even the audio, I didn't need to worry about text to speech. And if I'm completely honest, it probably took me about, I would say, less than 15 minutes. Okay, so how I've, using Chat GBT, quick script. I knew exactly what needed to be done. I know the characters. Yeah, actually, maybe a bit longer. Actually, maybe let's just say 20 minutes. I'll tell you why. Because remember, once I create the base character, all I had to do is duplicate each and every single one of them. So once you create the very first one, and I think it was much faster, if I'm honest, with these smaller versions, 9 by 16. Once I've done it, then I just duplicate and I uh, record the audio, and that was it. It was such a streamlined, very fast process. Even I was shocked to buy it. Okay, so you can see that is a huge demonstration how quickly I was able to put it together. Now, secondly, another important, very important part is that when I created this video, now look at the difference. Can you see at the bottom? I can now add subtitles. So imagine, depending on the audience, even children, adults, anyone that's uh, impaired, they can't hear, they can now read. And so very important when it comes to captions. I must urge and I must stress, it's a huge, huge feature to have things like subtitles, because typically what will happen with applications, they won't give you the ability of getting such a high quality rendering of subtitles that is so accurate. Because what you would have to do commonly, they would give you the video, you would have to go to a third party app, okay, to go create those subtitles, and they'll create you the file. Then you got to come back and put those. You got to layer on the subtitles onto your videos. Or alternatively, some apps out there, they will give you really messy subtitles. It won't be very accurate. Many mistakes. Well, you would have to go in and go and edit and fix them up. Okay, so everything that you've seen with the document, etc., will be made available to you. Don't worry, that will be made available to you. So those that are just joining, welcome to this stream. Yes, don't worry, this is recorded. It has with the time zones and things changing. There was some confusion, so don't worry. Next week it won't happen. So yes, you're right. We are early. So okay, so everyone's with me so far. Now I want to see a show of hands before we carry on. Can everyone see, or can you see yourself creating a very quick video just like I've shown you, especially an animated video series as an example? Now that's a great question. Reed has said, okay, when we record our voiceover, is there any issue with lip sync? Now let me ask you something. Actually, forget me um asking you. I'll demonstrate it. There's absolutely no issues with the lip sync. Okay, and if I'm honest, you can see it right now. Okay, so I'll make this available later as well, so you can watch this as well. But um, you know, in certain sections, I was very animated, very loud, and I was pleasantly surprised that it's actually done a fantastic job of syncing my audio with the lips. Okay. However, when you're recording, yes, why I wanted to do the voice recording, because it gets more emotion, it's much more easy. I can do different voices, etc., etc. So definitely test it out, and you'll be very, very surprised. Okay, so let's have a look. So next, let's have a quick look. So please remember when it comes to subtitles, okay, before I show you another example, if we go to add subtitles, because this is something that has been hugely asked about and it's very, very important. So when you've created your finished product, you can see here, look, the big idea, so when I've compiled all of my merged video files, like I showed you in merged videos, once I've done that, it's rendering it as the big idea final video. So title it, you can do the final video, etc., etc. Once you've done that, then what we'll do, let's just get this going. So once you've done that, go to add subtitles. Okay, I add video, and let's find the final video, so you can see final video. And once I go to the final video, I select it, and check this out. It's showing me the preview of how the subtitles will look, and obviously the preview just to make sure I've got the correct file. If I don't, I can close it and I can put the correct one in. And a very key thing, very, very important thing I must stress is that when you create the video initially, okay, if you're using text to speech, make sure, depending on your video audio source, the language that you put in there has to match up and tally up with what you put in this section here. Okay, that's for the AI to make sure the subtitles are accurate and they are linked to the original language you selected at the time of video creation via this section. Okay, so we're going to leave that as such. Subtitles type, the one that I showed you was animated. You can see now it's just animated. So every word that's used, it has something in the background that's animated. You can actually change the positioning. Okay, you can move things around. You can center it, or you can put it right, left, etc., etc. I'll keep it at the bottom. What I like about this one, you can put a nice big size. Okay, but you got to make sure because of the dimensions, we want to put it so it fits the screen. Let's go for that. And then you could have got some beautiful ability to customize the different colors. So we can customize the color. So imagine if you're doing, maybe you're doing a gender specific videos or educational. Maybe you want it more masculine, feminine, or gender neutral, etc., etc. You can change the stroke colors, the text colors. You can even change the opacity of the box here, like so. Okay. And what I also love about this is that what you can do if you select edit transcript. Now, to do this, it will take some time, a few moments, but once you actually select it, it's going to go off and it's going to start processing. Okay. So we'll come back to that shortly after. However, while it's processing, and I'll show you exactly what you can do once it's processed. Now, next, let me show you another example of viral video. Okay. Some of these things you might not realize, but when it comes to, you'll see a trend of AI influencer dancing videos and things like that. Okay. So I created another batch of videos. You got singing video viral 1, part 4, and there's part 1, 2, and 3. So these are other versions that I've created. And what I want to do, this is the long video file. Okay. This, this is 1 minute 27. And, and you won't be able to hear it, but I am singing. And then we have a dancing walking up video. There's another dancing version, okay? So you don't need a long video, but a little snippet like this could be a viral video. It could be a very humorous video that would do very, very well. But the purpose of me showing you this is that you can create a hybrid of a normal photo, static picture to animated video speaking. Okay, it could be content driven, and then there could be an aspect of singing. Then you can go back to content, and then you could be the next phase or transition could to be dancing. And it doesn't just need to be human to human. It could be human to cartoon and cartoon to animal, and then animal to dancing, or any mixture. You can actually edit it and select which order you want it to be. Okay. So I hope that makes sense. Now, what I'll do, let's have a quick look. Okay, so whilst we're still on this, one thing I do want to show you is, let's go to, actually, let's go, here you go, the subtitles. Yes. Okay, so this is how the subtitles will look. It's actually giving you a specific outline of the specific timestamps of where the text will appear as subtitles. Okay. Oh, another lazy day in the forest. What should we do, guys? I know. Let's make a viral video. We could be famous. Oh, intriguing. And remember, this has captured my audio. Very, it's not text to speech, so you think it's going to be very clear. And sometimes in certain places, I might not be very clear in what I'm saying. I might be very fast with what I'm saying, but it has managed to capture me very well. However, let's just say there was a mistake anywhere, or not a mistake, because it would very rarely have any issues. But if I wanted to add anything, maybe a call to action at the end, any text I want to add, anything so, then I can go in and I can change the parameters of the text. I can add into the text, or maybe I can check that I can change and adjust the timeline of where it's going to appear. Okay. And then I would go ahead and save, etc., etc. So I'm not going to do that. And once you've done that, simply select add subtitles, and then it'll give you the project name. And then once you've done that, it'll put it into my videos list, and it will take upwards to 10 to 20 minutes, or sometimes fast, depending on how it was built, the copy of it. So it's very fast anyway. You can see different versions I've made already, and you can see what another great thing about this one. You can check it, you can play, obviously you can download it, but you'll also have access to the SRT file. So you'll actually have access to the subtitle file for the captions. Okay, closed captions. They will actually give you a file now. Typically, you pay a lot of money, place like rev.com and things like that, depending on how many minutes of audio, whatever it is, or per word, for that file. Then you just don't get access to it, but we're giving you that file also, so you have a copy for yourself. Okay. Now, one thing I do want to show you is because this will take a few moments. Let's just go to new character. Okay. Let's just type in long-haired professional male. In ponytail or something similar. Okay, put male there, make sure I got the correct gender. Let's go to the library, and you can see this. You could organize it all nice, so you have everything there. You go next. Okay, that's perfect. Let's go to I'm going to show you two ways. Okay, so you can generate, or for those that haven't seen it, you can extend the prompt. Okay. So Andy's saying this program is already amazingly brilliant. Had not thought of transferring from talking photos to video. Brilliant idea. Must try it. So yeah, don't just limit it just to talking. Just to photos, like high level AI photos. Make it into something even better. Like you can take it so far advanced, and we're working on more training around it as well in terms of tutorials. Those should be ideally updated. We've got a huge amount of brand new tutorials that have been created. They'll be updated. So anyone that's joining now, thank you very much for joining us. I know there was confusion with the times. I put my hands up. So back and forward. I'm in the UK, so thank you for your patience. Don't worry, there's a recording. You'll be able to watch this again. So here you can see. Now, the reason I wanted to show you this is when I go here now, I can download. So I'm going to download this. I always suggest, please, you don't look. It's completely up to you, but it's a good habit to have. Download the picture image. Okay, download the image because it will become useful. You'll use this for different types of media. Okay, so what do I mean by that? So imagine you need it for graphic design purposes. Maybe you're creating brochures, magazines, your ebooks, maybe your flyers, maybe your business cards, your LinkedIn. Maybe you're creating thumbnails, your viral thumbnails. Very, very important to get that graphic that you can use. So once I've done that, I can go to extend prompt. Okay, extend prompt is another brilliant brand new feature that was added that will actually expand upon your generic prompt. That's why I kept my prompt so simple, because the extend prompt will allow AI to fully expand upon the basic prompt that you created to make something even more in depth. Okay, and there's nothing stopping you from expanding that prompt and then going around and tailoring that prompt that's made further, so you can actually customize the prompt that AI has come up with. But what it does, it removes that headache of you writing something out. Sometimes, it's just much easier for it to create a prompt, and then you can just fine tune what it's giving you. Okay. So here you got a cartoony version, right? So you got it's a digital illustration. So things like this we can delete. Okay, so let's have a look. This says digital illustration, realistic detail. So now I could delete all of that if I want, and I can clean shaven. No, I want to have a beard. Okay, a contemporary natural lighting with flooding. So those that are saying, hey, look, maybe I want to have a green screen background, you can do that. You can add a solid green background, and you can remove that, okay, to have your own background. But with the backgrounds, you can change in the dancing videos. Okay. And I'll put this up there so those that are just want to see. So you can reuse characters, which I'll show you, and you can train them with different motions. So depending on your story and the different emotions you want to invoke, you can always reuse the same character, so nothing changes. And then for each character, depending on your story or the script, you can have a different motion shown on it. So you can see that's more human-like. Okay, the other one was more digital illustration, but this is more human-like. Okay, and then I can download that as an example. I just want to show you. Okay, and then choose emotions. we can see whatever different motions that we have that we can invoke for different parts of the story or the script or our viral video. Okay. Okay, can you show us how to use the green screen, put a logo on the green screen? Okay, so let's have a quick look. So let's just say professional male with solid green background. Okay. So we'll give it a few moments and let's have a quick look. Yes, we've been through that. Okay, that's fine. Sometimes what it'll do, because of the AI, it wants to come up with a very nice background for you. So you may have to just make sure you tweak that solid green background. Sometimes, the reason I put solid green background, because sometimes it might put, some lighting in there. However, there's another way, but you can see, look, it's put a beautiful green background, very consistent. The reason I put solid, because sometimes if you just put green background, it might put a light source because it's trying to give you the best background possible. But here you can see I've got a nice solid green background. Okay, and what I'll do once that's downloaded, let me find out where that file is. Okay, so once I've got that file, Reed says, can you show us how to put a logo on a green screen? Okay, so what you ideally would need, you've got something called remove background. This is a free source. Okay, so I thought, let me just think of more than one source that you can use. Okay, so you've got background remover. Now if I went here, upload, you can see now this will take literally no time at all. Check this out, right? I've got HD and I got download. Okay, I've got one version I can use. Did everybody see? I've taken this image and I'm ready to go. So I can put any background, I can put my logo on it, etc., etc. Alternatively, now I've got another way I can do this. I've got Canva. Okay, I take my image, it's high definition, and what I do, I go to, let's have a look, background remover. And then let's have a look. Check this out. How cool does that look? And what I would also do, I mean, you don't have to, but I always do this. I just always crop it so that I've got free reins to remove it. And one thing you'll notice with this, it's very sharp. I mean, the image is very sharp. You can see now I can remove it anywhere I want. But check these previous examples. I want you to see how easy this is. These are all done from Talking Photos, okay? Can you see that? These are all generated. Everything that you're seeing now, and this was a thumbnail that I created using Talking Photos AI. Okay, so this is why I'm saying it's so important when you're creating your graphic, you can actually then incorporate that as part of your viral image design. Now, with this one, I can come to design if I want. I got all of these different aspects. Let's have a look. So, say if there was a cartoony one, I could go through, with Canva. I'm not saying you have to get this, but it's just some of it's a little bit easier, isn't it? Let's just say this one. You come here. Nah, that doesn't look nice. This one's a nice one, isn't it? So I can remove this character. Let's have a look. So this gentleman here, we can remove him. Let's get rid of this one. This is an ugly one. And where's our character gone? Okay, he's disappeared, so I just undo it. Let's have a look. I want to know where. Okay, here's our character. Copy. Add a page. Let's go for. Where's it gone? Okay, so we find a nice one. I mean, technically, I could just do this business strategy. I get rid of this gentleman in the middle. We delete him. We post R1. Okay. And there we go. Let's just say that was for my YouTube style video. Obviously, we can change this around for mobile. We can resize. That's not a problem. And things like, I know Reed did say, what about the logo? So that's a good question. So let me see if I can find, let's have a look if I can grab hold of a logo right now and show you how I would add it. Okay, so if I take a logo here, let's drag and drop. Let's see if it goes. So I've got Talking Photos. So there we go. Okay. So you can see the logo is there. If I want, then I come to elements. I add a little box there. I can then remove ultimate as an example. Let's put that there. Let's put that to white. and then we position this in front. There you go. Or if I want, I can remove the whole back. Okay. Delete all of that. I take the blue, put it behind me, and there you go. Okay. You can put the logo any way you want if you're doing this, or if you wanted to, you could bring other characters into your play. So maybe you're making a romantic novel. So you got Mr. and Mrs. Grey. That's not a problem. You can add that. Maybe you're creating adult style, stories, relationship stuff that you can do motivational videos. Does that make sense? So you can do all of that stuff. Very clean stuff. I mean, this is a very high definition imagery that you're getting, and you can see. This is even this graphic, we've got a combination of cartoon, 2D, 3D, and human style. Okay, all done. Very like you've literally seen how easy it is. I can just come here, go to design, I find a nice design, whatever I want. Let's have a look. Yeah, you can start from scratch. You can do anything you want. How to earn money, whatever it is. Designs. So those two resources, I'll put them in the document, but remove background was one of them, completely free. Canva, you can use this, it's free for 30 days, but the ability of it will do so much more. So say, for example, if I go to file, create new design, and we can look for, let's have a look. Let's say TikTok. Okay, let's see if they got TikTok up there. Okay, perfect. So 9:16, photo mode, TikTok video. Let's have a look. Perfect. So now we can create our viral video thumbnail, and we can see there's so many different versions. Let's go for animals. Okay, animal. Let's see what comes up, because obviously we're making cartoony style, isn't it? Let's put that there. We can remove the kid. That's not a problem. We can come back. If you remember, I'm pretty sure we had a little cat or tiger. I come back here and check this out. My viral thumbnail. I put it inside and I can have it like that. And that could go on top of my video, or it could go as a thumbnail, etc., etc. So a very good point. Gillian said it's okay when you know what you are doing. Now, I'm gonna give you a disclaimer. I had to learn this myself, right? And yes, expect some level of learning curve. Anybody, I don't care who they are, if anybody comes online and you go through any type of training, they say, nah, it's easy. It's as simple as 1, 2, 3. Then they are being disingenuous. Once you take, I mean, something like this, you could go on YouTube and watch how to use Canva. It will take you probably an hour of you just messing around and get familiar with it. But the moment you learn it, then you will be teaching others on how to use it. Okay, so I can't stress enough that these things you must, whether it's Canva or the other abilities with Talking Photos AI, spend the time, just mess around with it, enjoy it, have fun with it, get familiar with it. Okay, do not expect to become an expert overnight. Yeah, it might take you an hour or two, it might take you a couple of days, maybe a week. Some of you may take a bit longer than that, but that's okay. You have it now, you have the time. Dedicate half an hour to an hour a day, you will get better. Okay, because let's be honest, as I guess we're all mature adults here. Imagine, if are you going to tell your children, or if you told your loved one, your partner, wherever, if they're trying to learn a new skill, they're trying to figure something else, nah, don't bother, it's going to take time, just give up. There's no point. No, imagine if you're trying to explain to a young adult, hey, you have to spend a little bit of time, you will get better. And many of you know yourself that you've been learning Talking Photos AI, and you probably started not really knowing, but now you know what you're doing. Okay, so please, I'm not here to sugarcoat things and make it sound easy for you, because I don't want it to be easy for you, because you're not going to appreciate anything that I'm going to say. You're not even going to value it. Yes, I could come on here now and I could tell you, I could say all the amazing stuff to make you think it's going to be amazing. It's going to be so easy and a walk in the park. But I'm here to manage realistic expectations for every single one of you. Okay, you're trying to, I'm trying to take this as seriously as possible for you. I'm not just here just to mess you around. That's why we're spending time. The trainings for free. We're not here to take anything from you. We want to give you it, but we want to be realistic, coming from the experience that we have. Okay, so please come along. But something like this, when you come to Canva, look, I cannot explain. Look how simply I did this. Look, I came to designs, I selected any one of them, right? All I did, I come to a design like this. Let's imagine I'm making a talking photos for children related. Now, this is the difference. Everything's already done for me. I don't need to worry about the font. I don't need to worry about the placement, the graphics, anything like that. It's already done for me. All I came and did, yeah, I click the element of this graphic here and I delete it. That's it. Now check this out. What have I done? Where's the learning curve? I just take the graphic that I had downloaded from TalkingPhotos.ai and I paste it. What do I do? And check this out. It's got a smart add, hasn't it? So you can add it in there. Look, if I just place it in there, it's done for me. That's all I did. Now I'm not Einstein here, but that literally took me 2 seconds to do. Did it not? Some of this stuff, they made it so stupidly simple. So yes, some of you may take longer than others pay, but that's okay. That's why the training's here. That's why we're here to try to help you through. And there'll be a huge amount of more tutorials coming, more advanced level stuff. So just keep an eye out for that. But I just want to show you that it really is that easy. Look, all I'm doing is I can resize it and then I'm good to go. I just download it. I go to share. I go to download, and then you can see I can have it as an MP4 or MP4 video, but I don't want as an MP4. I just want it as a JPEG, best for sharing because it's a thumbnail, and download. That's it. The templates are there. They've designed this to be as easy as possible, so it doesn't matter how your technical ability is. Okay. So retain very robust software means that that it isn't as easy 1, 2, 3. How it is fun. So read, yeah, a great point, but at the same time, I want to stress that it is easy as 1, 2, 3. I know you're probably thinking, but you just said some things are going to be difficult. They're not easy as 1, 2, 3. So look at this. Step number 1, human video. Okay. Fitness female. Okay. Fitness female. I remove this face swap. Generate. And it might give a male actually, but imagine I'm coming in this for the very first time. Aspect ratio, it's very clear. I want to do a desktop version. So as you know, when we came in, we looked at the desktop version or the mobile responsive version. Next, we just generate a quick character. Then all we're going to do is a few more small little steps. Okay, so it's a fitness female. Okay, you can see very muscular, probably bigger than I am. Well, is bigger than me, but that's fine. I get my download. I'm ready with that graphic. I go next. I do a motion. Maybe she's giving some tutorial about how to lift a particular weight, or maybe how to eat a particular meal, or some kind of information around the health and fitness niche. So she can do waving. Why would she be doing waving? Maybe I want to create an ad. Say, hey, look, pay attention. I want to talk to you. So this could be a hook to the viewer to get them in. I simply, where's it gone? So I select. Okay, where's it gone? Select next, and then I can import audio or text to speech. Hey, stop. That's it. Then I assign a voice. I can have Jason, Guy, Tony, whatever it may be. For this one, let's have a look. And one thing I want to make clear, when you go to generate character, I didn't do females, because if I do female, let's have a look. Okay, I want to show you something. Did you see the difference there? Very, very important. If you select female hair, then the audio will change to female voices. Okay. And there will be some portion of them that will have emotions, like Jane as well. She'll have a number of different emotions. So you could have, excited. Hey, she's waving. Hey, stop. Once I've done that, I import speech. I play the audio, fine. I go to next. Jane Doe Fitness. Now, ask yourself, how quick was that? I'm sorry, but it doesn't get easier than that. Now, I want you to imagine. Let's find a one from before. Once I'm happy with it, okay, and I want to show you this. These are ones that I made, okay. I made one character. And can you see how many different backgrounds I chose? So you can come in, you can make a dancing video, etc., etc. Once you made the base, every single time I come in to duplicate. So this essentially is a singing and dancing video. Okay, I come in once I've done. For each one, I duplicate. I can change the motion of the dance, but for this one, I will keep it as the same because she's in the same outfit, but it will swap the face. It will, whatever image I have, we will do face swap. And then I go next. And then guess what? I import the video, whatever music I have. We are good to go. And then next, choose background. So now it's up to you. You can have your own background. You can green screen. You tell me what you want. So space. Let's just do space. I extend prompt if I want something a little bit more advanced. And that's it. We are good to go. Now it'll take a few moments to generate that. Okay. And there you got space. Next. And I can just name that as SpaceX. Okay. So I want to show you very simple steps, very easy. It's not complicated at all, and you can do this for any dimension videos. I mean, 2D, 3D cartoons. We can have it singing, etc., etc. So male dancing motions will be different opposed to the female dancing motions and the clothing that they wear, etc., etc. Okay, so please go in just to enjoy it, have fun with it, get familiar with it, and you'll become an expert. Just look, I've just really making the most of it, and it makes a big difference. So next, one thing I want to mention is add watermark feature. Okay, so why am I going to mention this now? Okay, it's a brand new feature, but it will segue into the next logical step. Is very briefly, I don't think I'm going to go too in depth, but I think I want to mention this to you. How do you get clients? What about if you want to sell this? Where are the best places for you to use it? So I think I want to create more in-depth documents and resources for you, similar to things we've done with other applications, but methods that you can use talking photos in order to provide as a service provider to businesses or individuals as a freelancer, contractor, whatever it may be. So you can actually get paid for making these videos. Okay. So adding the watermark feature, this is going to be an important part, especially if you are going to be providing services as such as described right now. So if you are going to be providing those types of services, then one thing that is critical that yes, you should be adding elements like watermarks. Why? Because unfortunately, not every person out there or a client, there's always going to be the exception to the rule where they're not honest and they might be disingenuous. They may take your work and they may use it without them completing the payment towards you. So the way we can protect our work is like so. So if I go to add video, let's go to this viral singing. Imagine I made a video for a client and it goes viral and they're making a lot of money from it, but they haven't paid me. It's unfair, isn't it? Right? So life is very unfair. People are very harsh, and we have to at least equip ourselves with some of the basic tools to negate things like that happening as much as we can. Yeah, some people are going to do it, but we'll take some reasonable steps to make sure that doesn't occur. Now, viral singing and dancing videos, if I go select, you can see now it has now added the thumbnail. And can you see that where it says watermark? We can actually have an image, okay, or a text. So you can actually layer an image or a text. Here you can see do not use, or you can do private copy not for sale, or whatever you want. Okay. And then the great thing with that is you can actually paste in different areas. I would always say, put it in the center. That way no one can blur it out without messing everything up. And then you can make this small or large. Okay. You can change the opacity. Once you've done that, simply render, and you can type in watermarked. Okay. Once you've done that, select save, and you are good to go. So Canva is not part of the suite. That's a third-party application I just wanted to show you because I thought it's a really good tool. However, we'll put a link in there for you, or you can, remember these aren't technically recommendations, okay? Because I don't want someone to use it and then there's difficulties. These are only things that I'm using that I'm just sharing with you. But I know with remove background is something I came across. I think it is free. Well, I've done it in front of you, so maybe the normal version is free here. But if you get the HD version, it might charge you. Oh, There will be loads of tools, background removers that you can find available on online in Google, right? So, but this is one I came across. I thought, let me just mention it. It might be important. Okay, it might be useful. Okay, so yeah, Reed saying he uses Photoshop. So some of like me, Photoshop can be very complicated. I just don't want that headache. Now, Victoria, I will try to re-render, but it takes a while for videos to render. Now, I'll explain this why. Okay, so this was mentioned, but I want to make this very, very clear. Now, there's a lot of how do I say this? There's a high level moving parts going on behind the scenes. The technology that's behind Talking Photos AI, I can't really divulge too much information because of competitors. However, because of the level of technology behind it, nothing's come close or the level of technology that you use behind to take a photo and then convert it into a talking, singing, dancing video, and more so even when it comes to the syncing of the lips and the facial expressions, is very high level stuff. Okay, there's a lot that's happening behind the scenes, bearing in mind the amount of processes that are happening whilst that's occurring. Remember, you're not the only person that is using the platform, so there's so many, hundreds of thousands, millions of processes that are happening behind the scenes. However, having said that, the shortcut is the very first time you create a video, it will take up to 15 to 20 minutes for that very first based video to be created. So if I went to create a video for the very first time and I went through all the processes, etc., etc., I create the character, I choose the motion, choose the audio, and then render the video. Yes, it'll take up to 20 minutes, up to 20 minutes. Typically, it can be a lot quicker than that. However, let's just say between 15 and 20 minutes. Okay. Now, the key here is, in order to make even faster videos, then once you've done the very first initial video, so say for example, once I created, let's find a video here, part one. Once I created part one, the secret here is you don't need to go through the process of creating the video all over again. Go to this icon here as part of that video and select reuse. Now, what will happen is once you select reuse, you don't need to select the aspect ratio. You cannot and you won't need to go back to generate character. It will have the same clothing, the same face, etc., etc. All you now need to do is change the motion or have no motion, depending on the script or part of the story in your video. Then you would choose the audio or the style of audio, text to speech, voice recording, or import audio. Okay, whether you just want the music track, maybe you have a vocal and audio music track merged together, that's fine. You upload it, or voice recording. Once you've done that and you render it, so say for example, if that video is like 30 seconds or 1 minute long, it will take 1 minute or 30 seconds or however long that video is that you created to generate. Is everyone following me? So say for example, if this video here now is 10 seconds long, if I come here, I go through the motions, let's just go for minimal head. Okay, let's go. So hi, I go to import speech. Now it's going to be even much more faster because the base, just imagine, the base of the building once it's constructed is much more easier to reuse that baseline, that foundation, and keep building upon it. It's done now. So render video, and there you go. Okay. Even though here it says up to 20 minutes, these subsequent videos now that I've recreated based off this, I've reused this video, are going to be much more faster. Okay. I won't need to wait for 15, 20 minutes. Okay. Now, if for let's just say theoretically, if there is an issue that you've come across, then please make sure you reach out to support so we can investigate your specific issue that may be relating to you and your system, whatever. However, can you see on my screen now? It took about 10 seconds? That video is done. It's ready to go. Okay. So I haven't had to wait for 15, 20 minutes. Like it said, because I've reused the video, it's already done. The AI went and made all the facial expressions. It created that face swap ability. It's already created the clothing. It's created the whole construct behind the scenes. The I's and the O's and all the algorithms and all the mathematics behind. It's done it all. Okay. Now, another good point: the roadmap, it is available. So if there's anything that you want, anything that you would love to have, that is something you can put an input in and you can vote for. Okay. So remember as well, another key thing is depending on your script, the videos you can have them up to 5 minutes long. The videos that you make. Yes, if you have a longer script, it will take longer to render. However, no technology out there is going to generally or typically any technology out there is going to take time, bearing in mind all of the dynamic effects that are happening behind the scenes. We're talking about the lip sync, the facial, the movements, depending on the gestures, the motions that you use, and the length of the video. All of these factors will have an effect on it. So, I mean, if you were to do this manually of putting, lip sync and clothing and then doing the graphic design of it, people take weeks, if not months, to come up with doing this kind of generation of work. Okay, so um, never fail to impress. So fantastic. So how do you make a green screen singing video? So if you go to video, create a video, go singing and dancing video, you could do like that. Let's use a previous character. You'll see here, there's one there, one that's already got green screen on there, import audio, and you are good to go. And that's it. That's all you have to do. Okay. And that's it. Your video is done. So you just simply come, choose background, solid green background, etc., or you can upload your own. Okay. Now, one thing I will mention, we'll come back. We will cover more, towards the end, because I know if I look at questions, then it does kind of break up the flow of the session. So, but I try to do my best. So please, if you have any questions, keep a hold of them. I'll do my best. However, now imagine you're somebody that's thinking, you know what, I want to maybe find clients. How can we do that? Now, first, let's have a look at Fiverr. Okay, Fiverr is a good place, and I put this in there. Okay, I went to Fiverr, and I all I typed in is talking photos. I mean, you could use other permutation, other variations of it. Photos to videos, or 3D cartoon video animations, or storytelling, etc., etc. But I wanted just to give you a gist because no one's really using this right now on this platform. So you have a very unsaturated environment. Let me explain that again. Did you hear? Did you hear what I said? Nobody's really offering the services that you're about to see. I mean, there's 134 results, but it's very minimal. We have so much more you can do with Talking Photos AI. We've got the aspect of creating talking videos, narration videos, spokes videos, whether it's human form, animal form, 2D cartoon, 2D or cartoon style video forms. You can make kid story videos. You could make human interaction video. You can make ads. You can make creatives. You can make business videos. You can make resume videos. You can make promotional support. I mean, there's a whole list of it. I'm not going to go through it all, but you've got a whole host of other things that you can do. And here's some examples. I want to show you some examples. So I was having a look. You can see I'll animate a photo to talk and lip sync any character for $9. But if I go to English and I go to currency, let's have this. Okay. So $5. Okay, that's fine. Here we got, check this out. I will make photos, talk humans, animated lip sync in 1 hour for $20. This is Fiverr's choice now. So I just want to give you an understanding. Look, check this out. This person will take an hour to do it. We don't need an hour. We just need what? 10, 20 minutes. Okay. So you've got 3D modeling, rigging, detailed movements. We don't need to do all of that. And this person, as a base price, as basic, is charging $20. Their premium, check this out. You could go check this out yourself. 2 days, $95 for what? 150 seconds. 6, 12, 18, just shy of 3 minutes. Text to speech if needed. Text to speech if required, right? Face picture of the character you want, voiceover, lip sync and animation. We have all of that stuff. But look what they're charging. They are charging $95. Number of characters, 1. 2 days delivery time. You could bang these out the park within a day, within an hour. Okay. So can everyone see that? So please make sure, So one thing I would say, because I know it popped up, if you go to ponder.com, there are other apps that you could do the removal background that we would recommend. Okay, so make sure at some point you can do this after, because those ones are legitimate. Any issues you can always come back. Okay, so you'll see there's so many apps here and things that you could use, especially with the background mover. So things that will be very very in tune for what you need, like Artistly, etc., etc. So look here, you got Artistly background remover that you could do. So that's a side point. Don't worry, I'm not trying to say go buy, but if you want to be in safe hands, you obviously have Talking Photos AI. It would make more sense because the support is second to none. Okay, so that's ponder.com, so you can do that in your own time, and we'll make that link available to you as well. um okay, so okay, now that's one example that they've created. Okay, look, all these examples are Charlie Chaplin. You got you got a goat there. Okay, that's fine. Let's have a look. Okay, so you can see very simple stuff. Nothing extraordinary. If anything, ours is probably much better, much more cleaner. And you can see some examples. So please make sure you have a look at them. These are places where you could come and provide services of using Talking Photos AI, and then you're not telling them what you're using, but it all adds up. Over 1,000 people have used this service. You can see I will Photoshop edit and high-end photo retouching. Let's have a look. I will transform. Look at this. I will transform photo into talking video. Let's have a look. Let's go to premium, $60. Not bad. Check this out. This is exactly what Token Photos does. It's even got captions. Our stuff will also have other aspects where we can use different characters, the 2D, 3D, cartoony type characters. We've got the mascot. You can do so you got 2D, 3D. Uh, Style videos. You got the cartoon style videos, human style videos, and the singing and dancing. So singing and dancing videos. Let's have a look because somebody did ask, "Can I see how it would look?" So let's have a look. So you can see. Look, check this out. Okay. Now it might be slightly laggy because you're watching it through, but you can see how smooth the transitions of the dancing. It's realistic. You would not be able to tell. They just flow the way the joints, the body moves, the head, the shoulders, the hips, the waist. Okay. It's naturally moving, and you would actually think this is a real dancing person. Okay, and then if we went, you can see there's other versions, different backgrounds. So someone said, let's have a look. So Greg saying, "Hey, can you create an image of Charlie Chaplin?" You know what? Make a talk without any copyright. Thanks. So what I would say, because we're going to cover some more, that's a challenge. I think that would be great for if anybody wants to go ahead later on after the session and go, create Charlie Chaplin. That we would love to see you examples within the inner circle group. I think it would be amazing to see what every single one of you comes up with, or maybe you create another celebrity that's talking or singing and dancing. All right, that would be very, very interesting. So, Five is one place that you can go and you can clearly see this person here. Number of words, depending on the words that they have, they're charging more. So let's just say you got 500 words, $110. Script writing, we can do script writing because we have ChatGPT. That's not a problem. Someone that they're fairly new, and look, they're an expert in video creation. Hey, look, you don't have to be an expert in video creation. We have Talking Photos AI. It is done for us. Okay. So there's a question watermark feature that will be added. Let me see. Where's it gone? Okay, yes, here we go. So the watermark functionality will be released shortly in Talking Photos. This feature is perfect for sharing videos with potential clients. So now, how do you find some of those clients? I've showed you one way. Another one would be, let's have a look at. You've got Upwork. Yes, Upwork. So let's just say, um, turn, Talking Photos. Um, 3D cartoon video. Okay. Um, so 3D animation. how product works. So you could do, hybrid. You could have that animation, isn't it? But you can see, look, $30 to $55 an hour. Some of these lot, product installation animation. Let's just say 3D cartoon. Okay, visualize. Okay, let's do cartoon story. Let's see. So it's about what you're putting in there that will help you create a storyboard. Okay, so $3 to $5. Animated video. Okay, social media video content, $100. They create 2 engaging videos that provide simple video editing tips. I mean, you could do that easily. You could go create the video, talking photos. A script can be created in ChatGPT. So, say for example, look at this. Let's have a look. Create 2 short engaging video. Create 2 short engaging videos that provide simple video editing tips to enhance anyone's social media videos as well as their captions. So, what we say, I come here, go to ChatGPT, I come here, create 2 short video scripts. I will be making these videos in Talking Photos AI. And that's it. Okay, let me just copy that because I think it needs refreshing. Okay. And there we go. And off we go. So here you got 2 scripts. Okay, so you can see how quick this is, and I could then go and jump into Talking Photos AI, take these scripts, create the characters, etc., and then I am good to go. So look, 30 seconds long, friendly, clear, professional, no swearing, and I can actually copy that as well. But look, $100 for what? I don't know, an hour or two worth of job, an hour or two for the job. Depending how long, if you want to make a cup of coffee in the same time, then so be it. Can everyone see that? Can you just let me know in the chat box? Can you see how easy it is? That it's out there. I mean, you could actually go and ask ChatGPT, what are some of the best places to find clients for me right now that need my services using Talking Photos AI? Be specific. And remember, you got things like seasonal promotions coming up. You got Christmas coming up. There are going to be clients and businesses out there that need to create promotional content for their business. Christmas sales, Christmas promotion, clothing, kids, birthdays, whatever it is. There's so much coming up that this is the best time that you can use it. Okay, so let's say, for example, what can I create for clients using Talking Photos for the Christmas period, or at least offer them a service? So depending on your prompts, you can keep asking. Look at this. Personalized Christmas video greetings. Maybe they want to offer their clients, the business clients, each and every single one of them. Maybe they're high-end clients. Personalized Christmas video greetings. Product demos on promotions of their holiday themes. You got Santa and Elf characters for interactive messages that they could dish out. 12 days of this is a really good one actually. 12 days of Christmas, the countdown, their social media series. So you could create a storyline all the way building up to Christmas itself, etc., etc. So animated holiday stories for kids, holiday event invites and recaps, virtual holidays, etc., etc. What can I offer right now to businesses that can hugely benefit from Talking Photos AI? Okay. Can you see? We can just have that conversation. We can find out what can we do that will give us the incentive. So once we understand that, then we can go find out exactly how to target the client and tell them exactly, hey, this is what I offer. This will be great for your business. Okay, explainer videos, FAQ, support, interactive product demos, educational how-to content, content series, social media content series, seasonal event-based campaigns, animated blog summaries, so for people's websites, employee onboarding and training videos. That would be a good one, actually. Customer engagement campaigns with fun animations, local business video ads, personal touch, etc., etc. Okay. So this week, at least by the end of the week, if not sooner, you'll be notified as well that Watermark feature will be released. Now, Victoria's saying about that feature about 99 methods on how you can use Talking Photos AI. So whenever you want to find that document, simply go to the Talking Photos. Okay. If you scroll all the way to the top, you'll see the little hat. Okay, university hat. Select it. It'll go to the tutorials page. Scroll all the way down. You'll come to this masterclass, last week's masterclass, and just below you'll see something called resources. Select resources, scroll all the way down, and you will see something called another resources where the document is. And once you select that, it would be called affiliate resources and bonuses. And one of the bonuses there, if you scroll all the way at the bottom of the page, is 99 ways to use Talking Photos AI. Now, it's not just limited 99 ways, there's actually more, but 99, I think, is a good step for you to get started. And it'll go through a number of different ways how you can use this, okay? A nice, juicy breakdown. It can be business related, how to monetize, seasonal, promotional, or just share fun, madness, friends and family, just having a joke, create memes, funny, viral videos with no, just for enjoyment, pleasure. Okay, so there's a whole host of different ways you can use this. It just wanted to make that very, very clear. So coming back, that's how you would find it. Now, another way I would suggest, just coming back there, one thing I would also mention TikTok, okay? Because I had it up there, but I thought it would be really important just to show you. Even if you come to TikTok, you can see cartoon AI videos. Now you can see it's going to be the same process. I would suggest if you come to other searches, it'll actually help you look AI video, AI generated images, cartoon for kids, and some of this stuff. 6.9 million views of this little carrot and angry orange that you could create just stories. And one thing that I would always mention when you come and you can do research, you can see their hashtag. So I just want to make that clear. But another way you can get clients, if you do create a channel, you could showcase your content and that call to action. Hey, if you want my services of how to create X, Y, and Z, get in touch. Right. Now, another way, let's have a look. So let's just say, oh, I know, Children's Nursery Manhattan, New York. Okay, the reason children's nursery school, I think that would be fantastic for like a nursery school, maybe some kind of induction videos. Maybe it'll be brilliant for personalized education video pack that you could give to them. And remember, it would be a very simple process. If you're looking for a client, you could go through every single one of them and you could select, just select it. You'll see there's information there. We've got their address, telephone number, and even their email. Their website address. When you go to their website address, they'll have their email address and maybe any other part where you can contact them. You can see here, check this out. We've got contact us now. It would be interesting if they had an about us page and they had pictures of the staff. You could create those images of them. And you can see they've got different branches. So stuff like this would be brilliant just to have, an animation, video animation, maybe a cartoon character of a rabbit or something, something more child related in there. Okay, that presents an induction. Hey, welcome to our website, blah blah blah, or even education material that the kids can watch as well themselves. So that would be a great method. You can do this. Remember, you're not limited just to children's. You could do this for chiropractors, doctors, lawyers, industries of like health and fitness, maybe food, roofing, tiling, massages, pet, healthcare, dentistry, wealth creation, golfing, sports, the whole list. There's so many different industries. Another great way, if you do want to go, if you go to even ClickBank, that will also help you with ClickBank. It will show you different categories you can look at: games, green products, health and fitness, home and garden, languages, mobile, parenting, politics, reference. All of these, you could create videos on every single subject. They essentially, and they're a niche. You could take these industries, you could go in places like TikTok or YouTube, and you can investigate and see what kind of content is there, what kind of videos are being created, what are the highest view videos, what are they generating in terms of views, and you could model those videos and recreate them using TikTok's AI. Okay, very easy process, but it's just knowing, okay, this is the structure I would follow. Okay, this is what I would do. So all of them would apply. Okay, now next let's have a look. Okay, so yes, you probably see these before. I have mentioned before, but things like let's go for top offers. Now top offers, they've kind of changed everything around, but you'll get the gist of it. So you got a Java burn. If you remember how to, a coffee that burns weight, you could make a review video based on it. So you could do affiliate sales. You could also generate, income by actually promoting a product, but using Talking Photos AI as a spokesperson. As you could be that referral spokesperson that creates a video based off a product doing reviews. So you've got two ways of finding clients. Number one, yes, you can do outreach with those clients directly by phoning them, emailing them. Okay, or alternatively, you could also promote affiliate products by using Photos AI. Essentially, you're creating a storyboard, doing those FAQs, those review videos based on products that you may find. Okay. Now, one thing I do want to mention that if you do go to, and I'll put this up here, Talking Photos AI /review. Okay, and I'll make this available in the resource document. Please, if you could kindly, actually, let me see if I can get this up. There will be some bonuses on this link. Okay, Talking Photos .ai /review. For those that haven't already, that have the chance, kindly, if I can make one request, because with these sessions we do them completely free for you, for every single one of them, and we would absolutely love for your feedback. If you think we're doing amazing, even with the app and even in the training, everything that's included, we would love for you just to visit that page. Okay, that link, Talking Photos AI /review. There's going to be 3 extra hidden features available. Okay, and once you go to it, if you simply go take step 1, post a review on Capterra for us if you haven't already. Once you go there, just I might have to nudge you. They don't have 10 stars. If they had, we know every single one of you would have put 10 stars, but they've only got 5. So make sure you go and give we would love for you to be, how do I say it? We would love for you to give an amazing feedback, to say yes, the platform is amazing, the training's amazing, everything is amazing, and we absolutely love it. We would love that feedback. Really appreciate that positive feedback. And remember, the roadmap is there, so we can add more features. We take your feedback, as you know, every step of the way, working alongside you to make this such an amazing platform. Once you give that amazing positive feedback, just take a snapshot of it and then send that across to support at Talking Photos AI, and then within 3 days, 72 hours, any additional bonuses will be unlocked. But we would absolutely love for every single one of you to give that feedback. Okay, if I can ask one thing, we would love for you to do that. Okay, so coming back now, so we've covered quite a lot today, and I know with the time difference, I do apologize about that, being in the UK. So that has happened, but normally, ideally, we try to keep this between 60 to 90 minutes. I know we've gone for 2 hours, and that's just to say thank you that have those that might have joined late. So I don't mind going over. That's not an issue. But so far, I will do a recap for those that did join late, that might have missed out late. So far, please let me know. Okay, very, very important. I would appreciate it. Let us know, me and the team know in the chat box. Have you enjoyed the content? Does it make sense? Can you see the value in the content? So just let us know your feedback. Are you enjoying the content? Does it make sense? Can you see the value in what's being said and the strategies that we're placing, and your ability to think, you know what? Yes, it makes sense. Whether it's I create a video, I capture the image, I can make a thumbnail, a viral thumbnail from it. I can do research very easily and see what trending topics there are out there, what other content is out there. I can use filters to see what are the highest performing videos, and I can model those videos. I can go over to ChatGPT. It can create me videos, if not similar, exactly what I'm looking for based on those high performing videos. It will make me the script. I can come back with the script and I can create multiple characters based on the script, or one character, and I can build entire stories or series and content based on the script that's created, that I know is going to be high performance. So Okay, so because I know sometimes there's a lot to take in, but if I could give one piece of advice to every single one of you is just, you know what, just pull the trigger. Just don't be afraid just to take action. Don't overthink about the whole process, right? One thing that sabotaged me, I would say, what I had to learn from is that sometimes we tried to make things too perfect. We tried to get everything ready and prepared. And I think there was a book called, normally say we say, was it? It's like ready, steady, cook, but ready, aim, and fire. Right? You get ready, you aim, and then you fire. But there's another way. There's another way, isn't there? Ready, fire, and then you aim. So get it out there, and then you can improve it and tweak it as you go along. It doesn't need to be perfect. Don't get crippled by perfection, okay? Because it simply doesn't exist, and many of you may be affected with it, and you probably won't know. And another thing, not only perfection, but even imposter syndrome. These things, they'll cripple you. Get taking action, etc., etc. Um, so yeah. So Victoria, any kind of things like we say, look, we're all about positive criticism and improvement. Let us know via support anything you think that could help improve the platform. When those that know us now understand that we take input and feedback very seriously, because there's so many things from the inception, from the date of release. We've implemented so many updates in terms of brand new features, so many changes, so many improvements, so many things have added based on the input that we get. We try our best, but not me, but the developers and the team and Paul Acid are the ones that are, uh, cracking the whip behind the scenes. So there is a lot that's going on behind the scenes. So hopefully that makes sense. So any kind of feedback and suggestions, please. I'll put the link on the screen. So it's called roadmap.talkingphotos.ai. Now, alternatively, it will be updated also here. Okay, on this page, this will be updated within this week, where you can actually click the roadmap. Okay. So just remember this. Even let's just say you made a video and there was some kind of clarity issue. Let's just say there was some issue where there's a bit of blurring or something like that. Right? Put that aside. Just get the video done, get it out there, because you would be shocked. Some of the worst videos out there go viral. I'm not saying it's here, but I'm just saying that basic videos. I mean, we're talking about basic videos someone's made. You saw some of those videos where the video doesn't even talk. It's just a video with subtitles. However, we've got Talking Photos AI at your disposal in your armory, and you can churn out multiple videos per hour. Okay? Technically, you could do hundreds of videos per day if you really wanted to. So retain, yes, ship it out before it's perfect. Ship before it's perfect. Okay? So, okay, we'll do it for sure. I love the idea very much, and the fact that you are a Canadian company. I would love to support my fellow Canadians too. So fantastic. So yeah, you know what it is. What can I say? There's so many products. You can see this is a long-term thing. We don't just no one's coming on here, especially with webinars. There's always that thing on a subconscious level. Oh, you know what? What's for sale? What's for sale? Those that know, these sessions are completely free. It's about taking and putting you first and making sure you're getting the content and training and the support as much as we can. Yes, sometimes we can do better. I'm pretty sure all companies should be thriving to do better, and that's the intention always behind these streams. As you know, these are all inclusive and they're added for you at no additional charge. Okay, and that's what we love about it, and hopefully you love it as much as we do. Okay. So, any technical questions? If you have any issues about other apps that you're trying to integrate, please always go through support so we can answer them best that we can. But certain integrations like Video Express and Talking Photos, that it is on the roadmap, and if there is voting on it and there's a demand for it, then those things will be implemented. Okay, so let's go through a quick recap. Okay, so first of all, what did we start off with? We looked at various different channels. First of all, okay, we've done a bit of housekeeping. we looked at where you can get that resource document from tutorials. So any training webinars, they will always be apparent here. Okay, so within 12 to 24 hours, you'll see the next video here with the resource document. Okay, next we looked at the roadmap. The roadmap was also made available. That's here. Okay, link. Let's have a look. Let me see if I can get it up on the screen. So here's the link on the screen. Roadmap.talkingphotos.ai. Now, when you come to the roadmap like so, you'll see there's a number of different feature requests, and also you can submit feedback. So this is brand new. That will allow us to see the feedback that's coming and what things that you may want and that's in a high demand. And if there's enough interest and demand by individuals like yourself, then that's things that will be implemented, and you'll be updated about those implementations moving forward. Now, next we looked at captions within Talking Photos AI. Subtitles were obviously added, very, very important as part of the process. We've looked at watermarks, a brand new feature that will be available before the end of the week, if not already. Okay, so just make sure you check it from time to time. We looked at creating viral video, but first we went over to YouTube. We've done some research on various different channels. And then subsequently, also TikTok's another great place to do that research. Once we looked at that, we looked at thumbnail creation. So we went and looked at thumbnail creation when you're creating it, downloading thumbnails using background remover, how to create those viral thumbnails as an example. And then subsequently, we looked at ChatGPT, how it can help us with our scripts, creating up a story with that viral content that we can create. And then we can take that script and we can go into, like so, we can go into the platform Talking Photos AI, and we can actually build out those characters like so. You know, for some examples, I showed you some of the cartoon animations. We create a whole story based on that. And then you have, short snippet stories that you can actually then go and post. So, and then subsequently, we have looked at places you can provide and sell services such as Fiverr, Upwork, even coming up with trending topics. Those aspects, even Google's another great place. You could go, technically, you could go to Google Trends and look at trending topics and build content around that. So we have actually covered quite a lot, haven't we? So, and another thing, actually, one thing as well, I want to make very, very clear. Now, if you come to ChatGPT, you can actually type things like this: what are some of the trending songs? So to make your TikToks and videos even more super viral, so let's just say this is for TikTok right now, okay? You can actually ask ChatGPT, for example, hey, what are some of the trending songs on TikTok right now? And it'll give you a whole list. Right, so very important stuff. It stops me from doing, clicking around all over the internet. Okay, this will all do it all for me, and you can see if I select this top chart, it'll actually give me a breakdown of all the top trending tunes on TikTok, because these are the things that will also help your viral videos to go even super viral. Okay, next, another question I can ask as an example: what are the top trending viral videos in the self-development niche? So you can change the niches around, etc., etc. So this is a brilliant platform. It'll also, extract that information. So you've got top 10 personal development trends on YouTube 2020, 23. You could define it. You could say 2024. So you can define things like that. So can everyone see that this is a very powerful way of taking the headache and the effort out and allowing all this data to be at our fingertips? Okay, we just have to direct ChatGPT or any alternatives in the way we want, so do the research for us. Okay, so yeah, Reed said a very good thing. So if you haven't sold any videos, make a dozen good ones, market, customize, and sell it for a reasonable price. So another good thing is that you can make a variety of different series of videos on, let's just say, the dentist industry, on dentists, for dentists, right? You can make packs and you could sell them as a pack, like a video series packs to dentists, and they could be unbranded. And you could say, I will give them to you, where you can brand them, put your own logo, and you can sell it as whatever you like. There's a whole array of different angles that you could actually address. So roadmap is at roadmap.talkingphotos.ai. Janico, thank you for this excellent training. The tips and suggestions are priceless. Yes, this was just newly released. It is. And I love this. So as everyone enjoyed today's session, as we now come to a close, let me know, kindly let me know in the chat box, have you enjoyed today's session? I understand, I really appreciate, unfortunately, the oversight of the change of time I'll kick myself later. It's very frustrating that it's happened, but it has happened. However, I think we covered a lot, and hopefully you can still watch the replay as we go through. But let me know in the chat box, everyone. Please let me know. Have you enjoyed today's session? Don't be shy, and just don't hurt my feelings if you haven't. Okay. Okay. So hopefully you can see that we try to be as transparent and as educational, but the content that comes out is, it should be actionable, that you can actually follow through, and it's practical. You can see what's happening, or you know, everyone's mind's different. And if I'm doing a training session like this, I try my best to explain why, the rationale behind it, and the thought process behind it, and why we're doing what we're doing, whether it's the psychology aspect of it, or the, you know, the call to action, or what we're trying to evoke in terms of the emotional parts, the you know, the pain points, etc., etc. But just understanding the flow, so at least you can go and you can follow these steps once you understand the model, how to do it. Um so thank you, every single one of you for you know, for being here. I really appreciate it. So some amazing comments have come. So what else was there? Oh yes, next week it's going to be about, and it will be the correct time. Okay, it will be the correct time. How to sell talking photos videos for top dollar. So next week will be more about how to create videos and sell them and generate revenue, like selling them for the best amount, and technically getting clients and making revenue, generating money from talking photos AI. So using them as your very own. So um, hopefully, so if everybody is happy with that, then I guess we shall conclude, and that document by tomorrow, it'll be up available. All the links, all the resources be available by tomorrow, that document. But apart from that, uh, hopefully everyone is looking forward to next week. Again, the topic will be how to sell your talking photos videos for top dollars. Okay. So you've got two aspects. You can sell it for top dollar if you want, as the high amount, or if you want to be, if you want to try another approach, you can create a variety of videos and you can sell them as bulk packages. Okay, so you can hit different angles. If people want more bespoke talking videos or video series, or pieces of content, you can sell it as such, or maybe you can create a batch of videos that people can use for their ads, their training, their education content, etc., etc. So, kids' Bible adventures. So, please kindly let me know what your question is, and I'll try my very best right now to answer that. So, thank you very much for your patience. If I have missed it, let me see if I can scroll up and see. But if not, kindly let me know. Um, let me know what your question is. Sometimes it does get missed. So, Sir Kirks, if you kindly let me know. My question on the kids' characters has not been answered. So, yeah, with kids' characters, if you can put that, I guess, let support know, but you can put it on the roadmap or add it on the roadmap. Okay. So when I enter the prompt for kids character, okay. So I'll yeah. So if you could kindly just about the prompt from kids character. So yes, next week it will be the correct time at 1 p.m. So it should be 1 p.m. But an email will be sent out with the correct time, just to make sure that there's no more confusion. Okay. So ideally, it started at I think it started 12 p.m. when it should have been 1 p.m. For me, it should have been 6 p.m., not 5 p.m. Because I think yeah, unfortunately, it was an oversight. So, say, Kirks, if you could kindly just reach out to support, and we'll try to figure this out, okay? And get that addressed. So, everyone, apart from that, we shall conclude, okay? So I'll just give a few moments. Aged 5. Okay. Okay, so children characters will soon be possible. Okay, so that's been in the works and that will be done. Okay, so it should be Eastern time. Okay, yeah, so it'll be Eastern time. So let me just show you something. So I was just having a look. So this is look, child aged 5. That's the child character there. Just to kind of have a quick look. So let's see. Maybe we can do 11. Okay, regenerate. So it appears, I think maybe there were more extensive characters there. Let's have a quick look. So yeah, you got kids characters, maybe younger than I guess like small children, but let's just say baby. Let's say baby. So next week's session, just a clarification, will take 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time next Wednesday. I did a character and up the pitch of the voice. Okay. Yeah, so Janico, yeah, you're probably right. It doesn't look 5, so that will be updated. So just to let everybody know, when it comes to children characters, that will be that's in the pipe work. That will be updated. Okay. Okay. So apart from that, then I guess we shall conclude. Let's get that page up. There you go. Okay. So everybody, apart from that, then it's been emotional. And kindly just go through the steps. The video will be available if you need to go in your own time. So we've covered quite a lot today. Hopefully you enjoyed today's session and you'll know all of some of the points we covered, and especially how to make these really fun thumbnails also that go part of it. Okay, so it takes there's a lot of stuff that takes away the guesswork. So any kind of sharing feature suggestion, anything like that, please add it to the roadmap. So apart from that, every single one of you, thank you very much. I appreciate every single one of you that even joined in and had a lot of patience, even though that it started a little bit earlier. I really appreciate that, every single one of you, for joining. And hopefully next week will be even more enjoyable as we go through how you can actually sell the items for top dollar. Okay, so yeah, to sell your Talking Photos videos for top dollar. So thank you very much. Oh, and one thing before I do go, please just make sure, if you haven't already, when you're in the members area, just kindly, if you haven't already, make sure you join the inner circle group. There's over 50,000 members there. Also, just to add, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure kindly, if you hit subscribe, that way it's great, because then you get notified. It helps with the algorithm, all that great stuff. Kindly hit the like button. That's another thing that would help us immensely as well, just to get more of the content out to those that need it, and just to help grow the information that we have out there. And leave a comment as well. This all helps. It just helps as you're obviously part of the Talking Photos, or the let's call it Sid Paul family as well, the inner circle. So it goes a very long way. And these sessions we don't charge, so it helps a lot of trying to build it to a much bigger audience. So thank you very much for taking all those steps. Really appreciate it, and leave that review if you haven't already. So apart from that, thank you every single one of you that has attended until the very end. God bless you all, and look forward to seeing you next week. Okay. So apart from that, everyone, take care. Bye bye.